welcome to my channel. I hope this finds you all healthy and happy. Please enjoy the upcoming video, and if you do, like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you watching. Thanks. Hi there. I'm here today to finally begin making a cover for my wonderful, awesome pieces of Painty paper that I was sent in my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank you again to everyone who has been with me and who participated and sent me Painty papers. I love you all. I appreciate all my subbies, old and new, and I well, without further ado, what I've decided to do is make like a flowish journal, book, whatever, that I can keep everything in, but that I can take everything out if I so desire to use it for a card or whatever. Speaking of cards, I have been making a ton of cards recently. As some of you may know, a very dear friend of mine was in a horrible car accident, and not finished with this yet. I found these card blanks at Tuesday morning for very good price, $1.49, and there were 8, I believe, 8 cards and envelopes. Yes, and the card front is embossed. I think you can probably see, yeah, there you go, embossed with these little dots. What I did here on this one was take a piece of watercolor paper. I used my Neocolor 2s underneath and just kind of blended them out a little bit. I took a piece of a napkin then and put over the top. Now it was the ghost of the napkin, what was left over on the napkin after you took the printed part off of it. This is the ghost part that is left, so just goes to show, whoops, there we go, sorry about the shadow. It just goes to show that you can use the ghost part as well. So anyway, I didn't really mean to show you this, I digress. Anyway, so then I used the ghost of the napkin on there, put that down with, I believe I put that down with matte medium, I'm sure I did. And then around the edge I used some of my gelatos in the shimmery color gold around the edge there. And I just got a new little couple stamps from China, this being one of them, and it's got some dandelions and some birds and things like that in it. And then I got one also that has a lot of sentiments. As you guys know, I'm really not a card maker, so I didn't have a lot of this type of thing. So but because I've been needing to make a lot of cards lately, I decided to go ahead and get these. So I stamped this out on a little sticky thing, one that Tanya McGuire had sent me a while back. Thanks, Tanya. Her offcuts from sticky labels that she has to use, and she sent me some of the paper, so I stamped the thinking of you on that and then put it on a little background, kind of shimmered that up around the edges. Excuse me. And so that's my card for, I've been trying to send at least 2 cards a week. It's all I can do for her, and I love her and I wish I could do more. Anyway, Okay, now to get back to this. So I'm going to use, this was a file folder. Turn it right side up there so you can see. Oh, also another interjection here. I'm going to be getting a different piece of equipment for my camera setup, and I'm hoping that it will give me proper overhead shots so that when I am actually working on something, it will be right side up for you guys to see, so that I don't have to pick something up and turn it so that you can see it right side up, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. I'm sure it's a, you know, because this is the way I'm looking at this card, and it is upside down, obviously. But if I pick it up and turn it so that you guys can see it, then it is obviously right side up for you to look at. I'm sure it's probably a pain for you guys to have to go through that all the time, but I'm going to try to get a different setup so to see if it will work. But that's for another time. Okay, so this was a file folder. What I did was split it down the center, and these are the bottom. It had little pockets on the bottom. Now I'm going to decorate this up further, but I really liked that. I'm really partial to green. I really like green, so I like that. And these, like I said, are the pockets that were down below. I detached them on the edges over here so that I could reinforce this with some of my chipboard. I have some chipboard. It's not real thick chipboard, but it's going to give this a little bit more oomph. So I'm going to reinforce it on both sides, and then I am going to also make a spine for in the middle of it. And what I'm intending to use for my is just elastic then to put my things under. So I'm going to let the camera go. I'm going to cut these, pardon me, I'm going to cut these to size and glue them. You've seen me use this a couple of times here recently. What this is just a honey jar that I had, a peanut butter and honey jar from my hometown area. It's really good stuff. Anyway, what I did was put a little bit of a diluted glue, white glue in it. Not diluted a whole lot, but diluted enough that you can brush it on, and you know, and put it on a larger area like this is going to be. And I'm hoping that this, I can get this to adhere really well. I'm not even so concerned with the fact whether it wrinkles a little bit. I don't think it's going to wrinkle much, but what I want it to do is adhere really well to make this a little bit more substantial, this book a little more substantial. So I'm going to go cut this chipboard to size, and I will be back and glue one of them down and see how it goes with this glue, and hopefully we're good to go. And then I will let that dry. So what I'll do is put it in fast forward, let you watch, and maybe talk with you in between like I normally do. Hopefully that's okay with you all. And thanks for watching. I'll tell you that right up front. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, I have my pieces cut to fit inside my my folder, my file folder. I'm going to put them all the way over to the edge over here on the sides, all the way over that way, so that I have just a tiny little bit of a lip here, because I want to make a spine like so, and I want this to be over clear over to the other edge so that the book will fold better. I'm going to put just the merest little space in between here, so that, again, so that it will fold properly whenever I'm done with the spine. But I will do the spine first before I glue these in. That way I won't have to contend with those while I'm trying to do my spine here. So I will go ahead and continue on with that and talk with you again later. Okay, I made these little tabs for the edges here. it just folds over the edge of that spine to give it a nice finished outside here for one thing, and to give it a little bit more strength. And this spine is nice and sturdy now. I'm not saying that maybe I will never sew, you know, anything into it, because I may in the future just real roughly sew something in it, but right now I don't have intention of doing that. And now I'm finally ready, I think, to go ahead and put my chipboard pieces in to reinforce the entire cover. So, oops, I'm shedding, sorry. So I will go ahead and fast forward again and put those in. These are, the spine is pretty much dry. I mean, it still feels a little cool, so it's probably not dry all the way through and through, but it's pretty dry. It's dry enough, I think, that I can work on this part. Okay, I didn't film me gluing in the other side of the reinforcement because it was redundant. So, and I did flip up the little pockets down here, and I glued them, of course, on this side the way they were in the original folder. But I also tacked down this edge so that I could put little things in here, but I didn't want to have to worry about them, you know, slipping out the sides, so I did that. Up here at the top, there's a little bit of a raw edge. Let's see if I can get so you can see. Yeah, a little bit of just the plain file folder, and then the edge of the chipboard piece that I put. So what I've done is I've cut some little pieces to go across the top like that to match the one I put on the back. Can you see that? Yeah. To match this one that I put on the spine, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and just take high test tacky glue, not watered down or anything, and fix these onto the edge so that it has a nice edge as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna put glue down in. This is a piece of just regular cardstock, as what I use to reinforce the spine a little bit on the inside and outside. And it's not real heavy cardstock, but it does conform nicely to the edges of it, so that when I pop it on there to the edge, that glue will go down in there to the valley and you know, really get that stuck very well. And I'm pretty sure I had this cut exactly on the edge, but I want to make sure that it is able to bend. So I might have to trim it a little bit here on the edge, I'm not sure. I'll push it together with the glue and see what happens. And then just give it a good press all the way down. Like so. And just keep pushing until it gets a good stick on there. And see, it makes a nice edge then on my cover. So I will go ahead and do the same exact thing to this side over here. Okay, what I'm doing now is I am actually gently just teasing the cover into the shape that I want it. It was bowed just a tiny little bit, and because it's not hard and fast, solidly dry on this side, I'm teasing it a little bit to give it the shape that I want it to have. This side is fairly straight and is pretty dry, and this side will dry also. And it'll dry the way I want it to. This is pretty much it for this video. Or it's going to be way too long, and I don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and go. And thank you so much for watching. If you watched all the way through, I so appreciate it. This is going to be my my cover. Now I'm going to at the very least give this entire thing on the outside a clear coat, a coat of clear gesso. Okay, a coat of clear gesso. Because I want something acrylic to be on here to seal it, basically. Because I want it to have that plastic to help reinforce it. So that's why I'm going to do that. And I may put something down the spine right here as well to cover this. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with the inside cover. And I probably shouldn't have glued this down already, but it's okay because I like this on the bottom. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this up here yet. So, I don't know. I may just put some decorative washi, or maybe make some in a color I want out of the masking tape and use that down along the edge here, just to decorate it up a little bit. I am going to decorate the outside of it a little bit more as well. Really don't have any clue what I'm going to do with it yet. But yeah, but I'm going to probably at the very least put a coat of clear gesso on it, just to give it some plastic. If I do the washi tape thing and make my own homemade washi, I may go down the edges of the spine as well with some of that, just for more reinforcement. I wasn't completely sure I had any, but I looked in my stash and I did find some black elastic. It's the thin kind, thin flat kind, but that's what I'm going to be using for my signatures, or my stuff that I'm going to be entering in my book here. And I'll bring you back and show you all that as well. So thanks so much again for watching. I do appreciate you guys so much. And until I visit with you next time, God bless you. Bye-bye.